Most people measure the success of a crypto project by its price. I don't. I measure by partnerships, pilots, and policies because that's where institutional money follows. The herd, they react to the news, and I want you to react to the infrastructure, the rails, the standards, and even the partnerships. And one of the biggest distinctions between a speculative project and a project with real utility is something called the PFMI. Now, this is the big distinction between speculative project and a utility project. The PFMI stands for the Principles for Financial Market Infrastructure. Now, I know that sounds a little complicated, but really it's just the global rulebook for how money has to move if you want a bank to touch it. And this rulebook was put together by the BIS and the IOSCO, and those are essentially the people who set the bar for financial systems worldwide. The rules are strict, and they demand that it has to run 24/7. The payments must be final. The systems cannot freeze under any types of stress, and it has to follow compliance rules. If your network can't do those things, the bank won't even look at you. Right, so why does this matter? Well, the BIS is the central bank of central banks. If they don't sign off on it, then it's not running globally. And the IOSCO is the top securities regulator on the planet. The SEC is for the United States. The IOSCO is global. They define the frameworks that the markets must follow. Now, this is exactly why you see Ripple, Stellar, Quant, and Hedera show up in BIS reports, IMF pilots, and central bank sandboxes. Their tech actually lines up with the standards and can operate within the infrastructure that these institutions actually care about. Now, here is something important, just worth stating so that everybody is caught up. XRP, XLM, QNT, and HBAR are not FMIs themselves. They're not financial market infrastructures. They're not clearinghouses, nor are they central banks, so technically they don't have to be PMFI compliant. But here is why they still matter. They are built so that FMIs and banks can plug into them and still meet this PFMI standards. Ripple's on-demand liquidity and interledger, they plug into existing rails and they settle instantly. Quant's overledger connects different systems together and safely, and Stellar and Hedera, they give institutional payment networks that are fast, reliable, and always running. So no, these tokens are not PFMI compliant on their own, but they're relevant because they fit into the world of PFMI. And meme coins, they can't, nor will they ever do that. They never will move real money. They could pump on news, but they'll never support the infrastructure that institutions need. And this is the difference between a trade and a thesis. The herd reacts to the news. Institutions react to the infrastructure, rails, standards, and partnerships. Now, the PMFI is just one filter, but it shows you exactly who's building for the adoption and who's not. And that's why I always measure crypto by partnerships, pilots, and policies, because compliance is what turns infrastructure into adoption and adoption into price.